Brad, we got one more player, and I kind of want to make this statement because we do need to kind of differentiate these corners. We need something to separate these guys. I think what's going to end up happening is we're going to watch these dudes, and their reports are going to sound very similar to other people's reports.
It's crazy how that happens. Yeah. It really is, and it's crazy how it happens. And you've got a guy around ahead, and it sounds like the same guy, and you're like wondering, what was I thinking that day?
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. What's going to separate these guys, Brian, is the level in which they do it. How good are they at man? How smart are they? How much more athletic are these guys? You see what I'm saying? So when we talk about Thaddeus Dixon, played in North Carolina.
Good player. He's a good player.
Really good player. He is a good player.
Yeah, he is.
Played in North Carolina, previously from Washington. So I ended up watching both of those, Brian.
The Washington film's actually pretty good too.
So Brian, this is what I noticed. I think he played a lot more nickel at Washington. And it could be because he was a younger player and he had some older guys around him and he just fit in at nickel or whatever. But at North Carolina, he plays a lot more outside. So I thought that was interesting. So he has versatility to kind of play both. I think he's a press man corner all day, every day, Brian. I think he's gonna get up there, get physical, get hands on guys. I think he has some really good techniques, some really good route patience, some route recognition. I think he has good ball skills too. Those don't necessarily result in picks, but he gets hands on a lot of footballs because he can drive and make some plays on them, Brian. I thought he was really interesting at nickel, but if you watch him at Washington, also he'll travel with guys. So it's not like he's stuck at nickel, but they kind of trusted him to run around with some really good dudes. So I thought that was interesting as well. He plays longer than what his body looks like. You know what I'm saying? What's he like, 6'1" or something? He like 6'1"?
He's 6'1", 195. Yes, sir.
He plays like he has 6'3", like 6'3" level arm length to him, Brian. Like he really drives and bat balls down though, Brian. It's just that what's gonna end up keeping him out of the top rank, Brian, is I don't think he's special athletically. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna blow you away as an athlete. If you look at Muhammad from Texas, you can see the level of athlete that he is. He may not be as technically good, but you can see him flying around the field as an athlete. Igbenogson, also from Ohio State, not technically as great, but the athleticism can kind of bail him out a little bit. I think Thaddeus Dixon has the technique that they wish that he has, but I don't think he's going to run around on field as good as some of those other guys, Brian. I'm kind of conflicted. He's a guy, his film reads as a third-round player. But I got so many dudes in the third, Brian. I got Moore, Rivers, Everett, Stooks. I got Igbenogson in the third. If you a guy that got Pons in the third, that makes sense to me as well. But Dixon, as far as like the height, the length or whatever, the size, it looks really good to me as a bigger nickel dude or outside, as a lengthier outside guy. I got him at the top of the fourth just because of it's so much competition from the cornerback room here, but he reads like a third-round player, Brian. What you got on Thaddeus Dixon?
Yeah, I put him in the top of the fourth is what I did. Just because I have Igbenogson and Lee in the third is what I've got. So I take that back. I've got Everett, Muhammad, Moore, and Neal in the third, Dixon, Igbenogson, and Lee in the fourth.
Okay.
So I got him in the top of the fourth round. I'm trying to think, is he better than Moore? I'll tell you what, man. I need to call my buddy Mike Lombardi about this cat. I need to do that just to see what he thinks, because you're absolutely right. Bill Belichick and Steve Belichick used this guy a lot more as a nickel player at North Carolina than they did at Washington, from what I saw. And I've seen him line up all over the formation. He's played a lot in the slot. He showed the ability to blitz. He could be a factor doing that. He had an arm injury this year. He played only 7 games for the Tar Heels. But, man, at 6'1", 195, the feet are good. He's smooth. He can mirror. He can make plays inside on when driving on the ball. The length really helps him. You can see him work around the receiver instead of fighting through him. He does a nice job of contesting the ball, anticipates well, can get there quickly. He does a good job with the transitions coming forward. The top of you drop, boom, he's coming forward. The size and the length are disruptive when catching the ball. He wants to be physical as a tackler. He doesn't always wrap up, man. He's just kind of a throw his shoulder into the ball carrier guy.
Yeah.
And there's some snaps where he makes a play and other snaps he doesn't. So I like the kid. You're right. He's probably reads more like a third round guy than a fourth round guy, but I couldn't put him in the mix with the guys I have up there. So he's like a 140, 141 for me at that cornerback spot.
Dixon or Torian York?
Dixon.
Dixon or Genesis Smith?
Dixon.
Dixon or Nick Singleton, running back from Penn State?
See, I might have Nick Singleton wrong. Give me Dixon.
Dixon or Kalen Ratledge, the guard from Georgia Tech?
Yeah. Rutledge. I'll take Dixon.
One more, Brian.
Uh-huh.
Dixon or Skylar Bell?
I'll take Skylar Bell.
Brian, I think you got Dixon in the. I think you think of Dixon as a late third for real.
I know.
I think you got him higher than all these fourth round guys, but because of how corner is kind of stacked up a little bit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I can't. I'm going to have to work through these corners because this is what's going to happen. I'm going to go through and have to reread every one of those damn guys.
Yeah.
And say, okay, Dixon is probably going to read better than some of the third round guys that I have. But I just every one of those guys you named was a fourth round guy on your board.
Yep.
Every one of them. Every one of them. See, so I had him like of the first of the grades of 140, he would be the guy, right?
So let me ask you this. How about this? So let's do this. How about Dixon or Kyle Lewis from Pittsburgh?
I take Kyle Lewis.
Dixon or Stooks, Arizona?
I take Stooks.
Dixon or Trotter, Missouri, linebacker?
I take Trotter.
Dixon or Caleb Banks, Florida?
I take Banks.
One more. Dixon or Hetch, the center from Kansas State?
I take Hetch.
Okay, so Dixon is either a late 3 or a early 4 for you. Yeah.
That makes every one of those guys you named, all threes. Yep. Every one of them. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's why we do this, Brian, bro. That's why we do the exercise.
Man. That was man, here I am. That's I got to go watch baseball today, man. That almost gave me a headache. I'm glad I survived that one. But I think when you and I get together and put together our stack for our program, I kind of feel like that the reading of the guys is going to be really important to where we have these guys.
So we got to make sure that we're reading our reports again when we.
I think we got to make sure that we go back and is this guy better than those notes, those initial notes that you took are going to be the first view you have of your player is usually the right view you have of that player.